So here's the do now. It says, what are the two sources of thermal energy in Earth's interior? Is it 1, solar heating and gravity, 2, combustion and solar heating, 3, gravity and radioactive decay, or 4, radioactive decay and combustion? Now, we haven't really talked a lot about this, so I don't expect you to know the answer right away. We'll kind of talk about process of elimination, eliminating the answers that you know are not correct. So go ahead and tell me what you think. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What do you think the answer is? You can either write it in the chat, you could say it out loud, or just show a picture and put your hand up. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, most of you said 1. So let's talk about solar heating. If solar heating was heating the interior of the Earth, okay, that would have to go through a whole lot of layers of the Earth. And if you think about it, if you've ever like been outside at night versus the day, what happens to the temperature at night? What happens to the temperature at night? Does it get warmer or colder? It drops, yes. Okay, the temperature gets cool. So when the sun goes away, the Earth's surface cools off relatively quickly. So if solar heating was warming up the Earth's interior, that means the surface would have to be really, really hot because the sun isn't going to penetrate through all of the layers. So solar heating is not the best answer. So we know that 1 wouldn't be right then. Number 2 also has solar heating, so we would eliminate that. Number 3, gravity. So how could gravity contribute to the heating of Earth's interior? Have you guys ever wrestled for a ball or anything like that and you have a pile where you're on the bottom of the pile? I've been in a lot of piles in my life and I'm usually on the bottom. And when you're on the bottom, it's really hot. Okay, you feel all that heat from everyone else on top of you pushing down. Okay, and so that causes that warmth and that heat from the gravity pulling the weight of everybody on top of you. So think of the interior of the Earth. All of the layers, all of the material, everything on Earth is getting pulled inside, which makes the interior of the Earth really warm. So gravity could be a possibility. And then the next one is radioactive decay. You guys all studied this last unit when we talked about radiometric dating and absolute dating and relative dating. And what happens in radioactive decay? What happens to the elements when they go from a parent to a daughter isotope? What happens? They lose something. The parent isotopes, they lose their radioactive decay, or I'm sorry, their radioactive material. So when you lose something, that is going to go to the surrounding area, because remember, energy cannot be created or destroyed. So that energy is going to go to the surrounding Earth, the surrounding material. And so it's going to keep that warm. So the correct answer is 3, gravity and radioactive decay. Questions on that one? Okay, now the next one that we're working on is, the next question is a review. So this is of our last quarter standards. This is Throwback Thursday. So today's Thursday, so we're going back and looking at physical science. So tell me what you think this answer is. It says the picture below shows the 4 major forces acting on an airplane in flight. If the sum of all the forces acting on the plane is 0, the object will, is it 1, slow down and stop, 2, continue moving with constant velocity, or 3, change the direction of its motion. Everyone's going to type their answer in the chat, and when I tell you to, press enter. It's okay if you already did it. Ready and go. Put your answers in there. Okay, 2 is correct. Okay, great job. So you're still remembering that if all the forces acting on an object are balanced, that object's going to continue moving at that constant velocity. If they were unbalanced, it would either be speeding up or slowing down or changing directions. Great. So today, looking back here, you are going to complete any of the science work from this week that you haven't gotten done. So that means you're going to look at, I need to stop sharing so I can share a different screen. You're going to look at the mastery grid. And this week we did directed reading 6.2, the convection current demonstrations, and then yesterday we looked at that reading. So you're going to scroll down once this starts working. You'll scroll down to level 1 on the plate tectonic mastery grid. All right, so you need to complete those demonstrations. You had to do this reading here where you answer the questions, and then you can play this Kahoot game when you're done. And that Kahoot will be a good review for tomorrow's level 1 assessment. Remember, we don't have class on Friday, so you guys are going to log in and take that level 1 assessment. Some of you still have not taken the assessments from last time, so you need to log into GradeCam, and any of those Earth Science 8.4 assessments that you haven't taken, you need to do that. Remember, in science class, it's standards-based grading, so you're only getting graded on those assessments. The work that we do will help you do well on those assessments. They'll help you understand the concepts. So you are completing any of the work that we've done this week that you haven't finished. So the convection currents or the reading. If you get both of those done, then you should be doing the Kahoot. If you look in GradeCam and you still haven't taken assessments, then you need to do that as well. All of those other assessments are going to be closed after today, and you won't be able to take them anymore. Most of you on here have already taken those. There's a couple of you that have not. All right, there's one last video that you're going to watch, and then you'll be able to go do your work. Oh, it's not loading right now. I'll do it a different way. So the link, I'll post it in the chat. So you'll just click on that link. Oops. Click on the link, and then you'll go watch that video, and you should be able to complete everything. right. I'll be here if you have any questions. Have a great weekend and make sure you take that level 1 assessment tomorrow, 8.2.